Welcome to our podcast, Disability Warriors, The Download, powered by Liner Legal, your disability warriors, fighting for dignity, justice, and the benefits that you deserve. Each episode, we bring you powerful stories, real legal insight, and everything you need to feel informed, supported, and never alone. Whether you're navigating the complex disability process yourself, supporting a loved one, or just want to understand the system a little better, you're in the right place. Make sure to hit follow now so you never miss an episode. And if you're ready to take the next step, head to our website at linerlegal.com to schedule your free case review.
Because your voice matters.
Your fight matters.
And we're with you every step of the way. Let's dive in. Welcome to the Disability Download. I am so excited to be back here with you for another episode of our podcast. In particular, I'm excited for you to meet and for me to meet and really explore the exciting world of Sunny Mullen, who is the Director of Outreach for HelpHopeLive, which is an organization that their mission just resonates so well with me as somebody in the social security disability space. Sunny, I'm so grateful that you're here with us today. Why don't I just give you a chance to introduce yourself to the audience, and then we can just chop it up, get right into it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Michael. So as you said, my name is Sunny Mullen. I'm the Director of Outreach with HelpHopeLive. I have been with HelpHopeLive now for just over 9 years. I just hit 9 years in August, if I can do my math correct. I am not a math person. And so at HelpHopeLive, we help individuals fundraise toward their medical and medically related expenses. And this mission resonated with me wholeheartedly, as I have a younger brother that lives with a rare genetic disorder. And I see a lot of him in our clients. And so it really helps when I'm out telling our story and sharing our mission that I can bring him with me and be able to kind of resonate with our community as well. And so I know how important this world is. And to be able to share our mission and to help people nationwide is really just important and a great thing I get to do every single day.
So I've got like a million questions that I'm
Sure, bring them on.
There's no list here. I'm just so excited for the opportunity to tell people about this resource that's out there. So, you're doing a lot of fundraising. Give me a hypothetical. Help me understand a scenario where somebody comes to HelpHopeLive, and you guys provide them the income. Spell this out for me.
Sure. And so I will step back. So we are not providing income. We are providing individuals
money
support.
For treatment. Forgive me.
We're providing individuals support in their fundraising efforts. So that is a big distinction, that we are not here to help give out funds. We are here to help the individual fundraise for funds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we help individuals access their community to be able to safely and supportively put on fundraisers. And so say, someone's been in a terrible accident and they've experienced a spinal cord injury, and now their entire life has changed and they need everything from a wheelchair accessible van to ramps to get into their house to paying the hospital bills they have. And their community wants to do some fundraising for them. They would come to HelpHopeLive, call and speak to one of our coordinators, go over our program, set the welcome packet on board with us. Because they know that we've been around for 42 years. We have the safety net and the reliability behind us in knowing that we are a trusted medical fundraising resource. And then our coordinators help them by creating a campaign page and planning the fundraisers and getting them out into the community. And then once we've helped them do their fundraising, we help pay the bills. And we're here for the lifetime of the individual to help them pay those bills.
So is there a combination, I'm just thinking, by you clarifying how HelpHopeLive goes about helping individuals, originally I was going to ask, so explain to me sort of what the difference would be between a HelpHopeLive and like a Kickstarter or GoFundMe.
Yeah.
But would that just be part of the package of things that maybe you help people with? Well, we're going to do some in-person fundraising. Maybe we'll help you reach out to the clergy at a religious organization. And then maybe we'll put up a website to see if we can get you some funds that way. Like, just package this together. What does it look like?
So all of the above. And I will say we are separate from the other fundraising platforms. We have our own platform that we provide individuals campaign pages on and the support from there, because when they are fundraising with us, they are fundraising for Help Hope Live in their honor. So we are managing the funds, which then safeguards their benefits, their household income, and keeps everything truly on the up and up with everyone involved, because we also medically verify everyone that we work with so that the community donating will know that the funds are actually going to the right place for the right reasons. We can only help them fundraise and pay toward medical and medically related expenses. And yeah.
Is there like a certain size of, let me give you a scenario. And I told you we were careful not to get like too deep into talking before we started recording, because it's important to me that this is fresh. You're hearing this for the first time, but I told you before we started recording that in the middle of the night last night, I was up and thinking about this because I had a disability hearing yesterday for a young woman who has a seizure disorder. And the type of EEG that she needs, she can't get covered. It's a 7-day video EEG. It's extremely expensive because it involves, 7 days in hospital. And if your insurance refuses to cover it, I mean, I don't know off the top of my head the expense of that, but I imagine we're talking tens of thousands of dollars. But there's so many barriers that this particular individual has. One, it makes it so her doctors can't necessarily give her the best treatment because they don't understand her seizures and her seizure pattern and what they look like. Because when the insurance company says, well, we'll do a 24-hour EEG, but there's no seizures in that window of time, they become unwitnessed, and it just goes on the credibility of it's like there was no point in doing the test in the first place.
Completely.
And it also creates an evidence problem in a disability case where Social Security's rules require, a doctor's statement, of what those seizures look like and their frequency. And a lot of the doctors aren't comfortable saying what they can't see.
Well, I don't blame them for that.
Right. And I get it too. But so now this woman, she's been dealing with seizures for years. She seemed very credible to me in her reporting of everything, but we're at a hearing and she's trying to convince a judge with just not enough evidence. And the best that she can say is, the judge asked the question, I see that your doctors want to schedule this EEG for you, but I don't see that it was ever done. And the best that she can say is my insurance won't cover it. Is that a situation where Help Hope Live gets involved?
Absolutely. So the individual would need to know, first and foremost, hopefully we are able to get to that individual. They know about us in some form or manner. And then they would have to start doing some fundraising with us. So that is where, and I think your original question that stemmed this situation is, is there too large of an amount that someone needs to fundraise toward? And I will say no, because we help individuals fundraise toward accessible vehicles, which can run $70,000, or even home modifications, which can run tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars. So as long as the expense is related to their condition, we can help them fundraise toward it. I will say the fundraising does rely on the individual's motivation and their community. So obviously there might be some barriers around that, but we are here to provide as much support to help them harness that community as possible to really help maximize their fundraising efforts. Because I will also say that since we are a nonprofit, we're eligible to receive matching grants from employers. We're eligible to receive stock donations and corporate donations. So things that you can't do as an individual if you use another fundraising platform.
It's interesting because you predicted the wrong way in terms of where.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Because I was actually curious to know if there was an amount that would be too small for somebody to come to you with. Because a situation that comes up for people who are applying for disability all the time, a video EEG, 7-day one, that's a very expensive test, right? Major surgery, very, very expensive. But tons of our clients struggle to even be able to pay for something that's called a functional capacity evaluation, which costs
Okay.
between $500 and
Oh, yeah.
$1,000 depending upon where you live. Is there an amount that would be too small for somebody to?
No, not at all. As long as they have the motivation, they're living with a medical condition that can be verified by a medical professional, whether that's physician, social worker, nurse, someone on their team. They have the motivation to do fundraising and they have a community to do so. No amount too big or too small, because I will say, because of the vast array of individuals that we work with, everyone has a different lifespan of fundraising. So some people, in the transplant world, best case scenario, people might come in and out in 2 to 3 years. In the injury and illness community, sometimes we're with them for 20 plus years. So no, if they truly only need, but I can almost guarantee that those individuals going for that functional capacity test also have other things they need to be fundraising for.
Sure. Sure. And is that part of like the brainstorm? Is that part of the
Yeah,
services
absolutely.
that Help Hope Live provides, is helping people think about all the expenses that they might have?
Yeah, they can talk to the coordinator and try to figure out what their situation is. I will say we are not here to help guide them toward one vendor over another or anything like that. But, figuring out who their community might be, figuring out how best to access that community. And then even, yeah, if we try to see, do they even know what they need yet? They might not. And especially if they are newly injured or newly diagnosed, they might not have any idea what's down the road for them. So it's something that they can talk to the coordinator about. We also have ambassadors that work with us that if they want someone who's worked with us firsthand, that they can speak with as well.
Tell me about the ambassadors.
Oh, they're a wonderful group. We have about 30 to 35 individuals who are clients or families of clients at this point that have all different types of diagnoses that have all been successful in their own way, fundraising with Help Hope Live through the years. And so they help us get into communities that we can't necessarily access, whether that's physically or even just since I don't represent every community that we represent. So it's great to be able to have individuals that live in those communities to be able to speak firsthand about living with a spinal cord injury, living after having an organ transplant, living with a rare disease. And so they've been able to do fundraising in so many different ways, and they can speak with individuals firsthand if people would like to.
Now, what is the success rate of these fundraisers? I imagine there's not an end date. So it's not like, we've got, maybe there's a target date, but sometimes maybe it just takes longer. But ultimately, what percentage of what percentage of the cases that you open, if we can call it a case, what would the term be?
We call them campaigns.
Campaigns. What percentage of the campaigns meet their goal?
So that is a hard question to answer, just because everything is so fluid, right? Because we are with individuals for their lifetime. So everyone's goal is very different. Or once you hit that goal, you can then change it and put a new goal. So success looks different to everyone. And as you said, some people might only need $500 to $1,000, and that's incredibly successful. Some people need $70,000, and they can get up to that. So it's hard to say across the board rates of success, but I will say we have been around for 42 years. We've helped fundraise over $188 million in honor of our clients. And we are continuously helping people fundraise toward their medical and related expenses. So success is very different to everyone. I want to always stress, I was just talking about this in a meeting an hour ago, that fundraising is daunting, right? So people think automatically they're going to think like a major outing or a major golf outing or something like that. And it doesn't have to look like that. Fundraising, we try to make it as granular as possible. What is your community? What is right in front of you? And go from there. $25 here and there adds up. So it doesn't have to be a major event. And so that's something we try to work with people to figure out, what will that look like?
I mean, are there occasions where some of the planning and fundraising are larger events like golf tournaments or?
Absolutely. We tend to have, especially our long-term clients, especially usually the spinal cord clients that have been with us for year after year, they tend to turn into annual events that they have. And some do have golf outings. Some have major regional beef and beers. Some have, different types of events in their communities that are larger, and their community calls for that. But not every community calls for a major event like that.
Yeah. So tell me about like the geographic makeup of the organization when you're helping people nationwide, right?
Yep.
How does that work where is the staff? Is the staff spread throughout the country or centralized?
The staff is spread throughout the country at this point. So that is one thing post-COVID world, right? We work in a hybrid environment. I am clearly in an office at this point. We are based and we're founded in Philadelphia. So that is where I am.
I thought you just had a really weird living room. Can I just
right?
say that?
It's very.
I don't know about that desk in your living room.
I know I have a very office aesthetic for sure. No, promise I'm in an office. And so we were founded in Philadelphia. We've always had a home base in Philadelphia, but post-COVID world, we now have been able to hire staff across the country. So we can do everything that we do for our clients and with our clients through phone and email. So we have various coordinators in different states. We don't have someone in every state. I will say, our staff's not that big, but we do have the capability to help anyone. We also have a Spanish speaking coordinator, so we can accommodate any Spanish speakers that are out there. But we do assist clients in all 50 states. And Puerto Rico.
And you mentioned COVID and how that's, changed my work life. I'm sitting in a hotel room talking to you, and I'm working all day from a hotel room. Which wouldn't have been possible years ago. But has even before COVID, was there a national geographic reach, or is that something that's really changed and expanded over the last couple of years?
HelpHopeLive has always been national. So when we were first founded, we were founded in Philadelphia, like I said, by a heart transplant surgeon out of Temple University. He and his wife saw the need for their patients to really be able to pay for these very experimental surgeries. And so they were able to open what was then known as the National Transplant Assist Fund. So for the first 20 years of our existence, we solely helped the transplant community. I always wonder how they did it on a nationwide basis before the internet, before we have all these platforms. I don't know how they did it. It was amazing to think of how much paper they had to use, or how were they talking to clients across the country and helping them fundraise. But it has certainly transformed through the years. And in the early 2000s, we were able to open our doors to the spinal cord community. And that's when we did the full rebrand to HelpHopeLive. And now we help really any major medical condition. So we have always had a national reach with our home base here in Philadelphia.
So the mission of the organization, of course, it all comes down to fundraising. Generally, what you're doing to help individuals is you're helping them fundraise. But what about the fundraising efforts of HelpHopeLive so that you can do the work of helping the individuals? Tell me about that.
We do need to keep these lights on, right? So we absolutely, and those are two different buckets of funds, I will say. So anything we help our clients fundraise toward in their honor goes toward their medical expenses. Then we have our own development and our own operational fundraising. We have a gala in the fall. We have a 5K in the spring. And then we have a great development department that helps us all throughout. And so we are always trying to be able to fundraise in honor of HelpHopeLive, to be able to help us then help others. So we have a strong community, and hopefully just continue to make it stronger.
Something that I've been seeing, or, I'm afraid that this is going to be an emerging need that we talked about so briefly before, but, in the recent budgets that have been passed in Washington, D.C., a lot of them involve cutting Medicaid, cutting services for veterans. And so, I'm very concerned about my clients' ability to get the help that they need medically. These expensive procedures that maybe they were able to get covered before, now it's going to be even harder for them to get those things paid for. What are you guys doing inside the agency as a response to that? Is there anything that you're planning for?
So I will say, for better or worse, we're already helping those individuals, because the way that we manage the funds that are raised in honor of the individual is in a way that therefore helps safeguard their benefits. So the fact that, we just may end up seeing more people that need to start fundraising where they didn't realize they needed to fundraise before. So we are fully equipped to already be helping these individuals with their fundraising efforts in a safe and supportive manner. We monitor all of that nationwide. It is obviously it's hard to track since every state is different with their Medicaid laws. But in respect to fundraising, that is what we are here to do, and that is what we have our expertise in. So we are prepared to do it. It's just a matter of hoping that we just continue to be able to, we're here to help them fundraise. It's that, like I said, for better or worse, we are here prepared for that.
Okay. First of all, I just want to once again thank you for taking your time to be here with me and explain the mission of Help Hope Live. Final kind of question or thought that I wanted to ask you, and I don't know how often this comes up or if it ever comes up, but as somebody who's a Social Security disability attorney, I love asking professionals in other professions, are there things that you think that people in my capacity could be doing to better help our clients that you're also serving? Is there a need there? Are there any thoughts that you have?
I mean, that's a really important question. I would say, first and foremost, one thing people don't always understand is that when they are on benefits, the income caps that come along with those benefits, every state is different, but if they need to do their fundraising, sometimes we have had clients come to us after fundraising on a different platform on benefits, and then the government finds out and they come in and swoop in and lose their benefits because of it, because they're seen as having too much income. So even just educating the community that's on benefits to be aware of those income caps is really important, and that we are here to help safeguard those benefits.
Is there a specific structure of how you do the fundraising that, for example, protects people who are on SSI, where any asset or resource they have can make them ineligible for SSI or SSD? If Social Security sees it as, I don't know how fundraising income could be seen as work activity that they're earning money from, but is there any safeguards in place or things that you do to help them with fundraising to be able to show Social Security, no, that's not what this is?
So our entire structure is in place for that reason. They are fundraising for Help Hope Live in their honor. So they are Help Hope Live assets. They are not the individual's assets. We have full reign to be able to say no to someone's request if it falls outside of our financial guidelines. When someone closes their campaign, whether they just choose to close the campaign or if they do pass away, the funds stay within the region to assist other individuals. So they are Help Hope Live assets. So everything we do is to safeguard those benefits. That is why we are the safe and supportive manner for individuals to do their fundraising.
That is just, it's so important. It's so important.
It really is.
I think that has to be one of the big differences between, if you were to go on to GoFundMe or Kickstarter, probably not Kickstarter, but like GoFundMe in particular, I see people raising money for things all the time, but that money becomes their asset.
It does. You have to be careful what bank account it's going into.
So working with Help Hope Live allows you to shield it. It's for your benefit, but it's not yours.
Completely. And it also then, everyone finds their own reason for what really stuck out to them. That's a big reason. The fact that we medically verify everyone is a big reason, so that, there's no fine print with us saying, the funds are going here or there. That the funds are actually going where they should be going. We safeguard the fact that only the people you give us permission to speak with will have access to your campaign, so that, as you hear, unfortunately, we had someone earlier on a meeting that I was talking to who has heard the case time and time again where people get taken advantage of on other platforms and their funds get ran away with. That won't happen here.
What's the medical verification process like?
It's a very simple one-sheet form in our application that gets filled out by someone on their care team, whether it's the top physician, social worker, case manager. We just need someone to verify that individual indeed has that condition that they say they do. So we keep that on record. And so we can go back and say, yes, you clearly have a spinal cord injury or you have MS or any of this, that we know that any expenses that are coming in are related to that condition.
I love that. And I'm just excited to share this as a resource for our clients. I think just the way that, we started interacting with your organization, one thing that we're always trying to do in my office is just build a toolkit for our clients so that we can help them not just win their disability case, but navigate the journey that they're on. And you guys play such an important role in that. So I want to thank you for the work that you're doing.
Thank you for finding us.
And I want to thank you for taking your time to hang out with me today and explain the mission. I'm looking forward to working more together with you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for what you're doing first and foremost, and for even seeking out extra resources for your clients, because not everyone does that.
Thank you. That's the Disability Download for today, everyone. Thank you.
Your story matters, and your voice deserves to be heard. Catch you next time on Disability Warriors The Download, where we fight for dignity, justice, and the benefits that you deserve.